Hi everyone, today we are at the Vintage Vault in Urbana, Iowa. So thank you for joining. I'm Jami Gordon. I sell real estate in Cedar Rapids, Iowa City and the surrounding areas. And today we're actually going to focus on 5 things you can do to get your house ready for the winter. So much like getting your closet ready and getting yourself ready for the winter months, your house also needs some attention. So I'm going to give you 5 tips today, and it's focusing on the exterior and the interior of your house. You can't just move into a house and expect things to continue to look well over the years. So there's definitely maintenance, just like maintaining yourself, putting sunscreen on and different things like that. So my number 1 is to go around the exterior of your house. And the things that you're going to be looking at are how your yard slopes into your foundation. If it does, then you need to be adding some dirt and looking at doing some landscaping to get the water to stay away from your foundation. This is really important because if water is coming into your foundation, then you're going to be experiencing problems down the road. While you're outside and looking at that specifically, you want to look at your foundation to see if there are any cracks. If you see any cracks in your foundation, take a penny or a quarter, hold it next to the crack, take a picture, and take it to your local hardware store or like a Menards and show this to them so that you get the proper product to fix that. Understand that the time of year for fixing that is really important too, because you can't do it in the colder months. And do talk to the experts. I've made the mistake several different times trying to read the backs of the packages and trying to figure out which one's the best. Just ask the people that work there. That's what they're there for. You're also going to be looking at your roof to see if anything's curling up or if there's anything that just looks out of place. The best time to actually look at your roof also is when it's raining out. Seeing how the rain is coming off of it. That'll also expose you to see how your gutters are working. We've actually experienced a problem recently, and we were noticing that when it rained heavy, that the water was just coming directly over our roof. So with that, we ended up actually finding out that the tile in our yard, which tile is basically a piece of plastic that goes through your yard to get your water away from your house. Okay, so the tile was clogged with tree roots. So we got that all fixed. Everything's it's running the way that it should be now. The other thing you're going to look at is your siding to make sure that it's not cracked. So just, and make sure there's no rotting around your windows. So those are the few things that you're going to look at around the exterior of your house. The next thing is specifically dealing with your yard and the debris in your yard. Right now, most of your leaves should have fallen. So make sure that they're raked up and away from your foundation, and they are not in big piles. If they're in big piles and don't get taken away, then your grass underneath is going to grow. It's just going to cause some issues. It's okay to have a few scattered through your yard because actually that's really good for your soil. The number 3 is going back inside of your house is to look to see how things are sealed up. The best way to do that is when it's windy out is to simply hold your hand up around your window to see if you feel a breeze. You can also take a feather or even a lighter to see if that is if you get an air blown in. Again, if you find a gap, you can take a picture of that area so that you get the proper product. A lot of times you'll get caulking or some type of seal, weather stripping to put around those areas. Make sure that your doors are also sealed very well. And the next thing is your furnace. Your furnace is going to be kicking on, and it probably has already this year. So a couple things that you can do for that is, first of all, you can call your HVAC person and have them come and service it to make sure that it's going to work properly for you throughout the season. Now, it's actually good to do this early on, and I will have to say that personally, I haven't been great at doing that, but it is so good to do. Now, if you're planning to sell your property in the spring, it's good to actually have them provide you with, tell them that you're planning on doing that so that you have that documentation that you can provide to the future homeowner. the last thing is to make sure that your testing equipment is properly working, such as, you have your smoke alarms. You want to test those because you're inside a lot in the winter. You should always test them seasonally to make sure they're working. But also right now, being that your furnace is going to be on, your carbon monoxide detector is super important to test. So make sure that batteries are fresh. There's a tester button on them. Make sure you have a couple of them. One on each level is what they do recommend. Having at least one on the living, level where you live on, because that's a dangerous gas that you can't smell. So those are my 5 tips for today. I thank you for joining me. Again, this is Jami Gordon. And if you have any further questions or just want to know some things to make sure that your house is in proper order, feel free to reach out to me. I truly enjoy meeting new people. I hope you have a blessed day.